I think we can start the webinar and let's just roll. This will be a recorded webinar, so everything we say is being recorded. You guys have access to it at the end. I'll send it to everyone. So let's start it. Basically, thing is that we have to keep improving. I've noticed one thing. Well, I'll be talking out of my experience mainly and mistakes I've done myself and understanding I came up with during my, I don't know, since 2014 selling on Amazon and getting those bestseller badges, losing them and things like that, and also having a little bit of experience with photography and graphic designs prior to Amazon. So I'm kind of in a different spot than majority selling on Amazon. So I kind of understand a little bit how things should look like image-wise. And now selling on Amazon for that many years, I kind of understand what the customer is expecting and what we as a seller think is best. And that thing is not always right. So the theme of this webinar that I want you to remember is always keep improving. The problem with majority sellers, entrepreneurs coming on Amazon, like, are you seeing my deck, guys? Is we latch to old creatives. That old good listing that used to make us millions in 2013, 17. And as you can see, this thing is actually a screenshot of Amazon back in 2013, and it's completely different. So if Amazon has evolved that much since that time, why haven't our creatives evolved as well? And truth to be told, I'm in one of the biggest mastermind on Amazon. It's called MDS, and I've talked with a lot of sellers. I've run thousands of surveys on Sellametrics, and I've seen them. I've consulted with over 60 sellers over this year and looking at their image deck, and majority of us are latching to those old creatives. Thing is that we're coming with that experience, with that baggage of know-hows before selling on Amazon. So be that knowledge in creatives like photography, understanding of how things should look. And problem is that we stayed and we didn't change. So when I look at those sellers that were doing like exceptionally good 3, 4, 5 years ago, now started to have problems. And you see that things that worked then don't work anymore now. So things evolve, right? Like technology goes forward, graphic design gets improved, the tastes gets improved. Like if you remember back in 2000, I don't know, 10, you loved a certain car or whatever. When Mercedes or BMW launches a car, you like the design, you find it, wow, this car is looking amazing. Well, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, you look at it and it's like, gosh, like why I liked it so much. You know, so things change and we have to adapt. And I want to start with this gentleman. He kindly let me dissect and rip apart his listing. And things like, first thing that comes to mind when I saw his listing was his main image was pretty okay. Wasn't bad at all. But the rest of it is kind of outdated. And I counted the logo was mentioned 10 times, okay? Like I find it ridiculously overabundant, right? You don't need to do that. The reason is because nobody comes to buy your pillow for the logo or your product for your logo. You're not Nike, you're not Casper. Casper spends millions on marketing campaigns. So if you're not that big in the industry and people are not coming specifically to look for your brand name, don't slap that logo everywhere you can. Because, for example, having it in the main image is more than enough. The problem with the logo is that it's attracting attention where it shouldn't be. Like, we don't need to grab that attention and focus it on on the right side corner, right? On the top right side corner. We don't need that because we don't have nothing except the logo over there. So why would you grab my attention and send it over there? What that does, that builds confusion and like unnecessary information in my brain. Let your product be the hero, because it's actually they came to buy a product. Here's the thing, everybody's super busy. Let's say I'm coming to buy a pillow, whatever, a laptop stand, a microphone, a wallet, whatever, a cup. I have dedicated 5 minutes out of my day for that thing. It doesn't matter how busy you are. You're pretty busy, you have a salary, whatever, you're an entrepreneur, you charge per hour, you have a certain amount of money associated with your time, and the time is the most precious thing you have. So why would you waste somebody's time when you're selling something on Amazon, right? So that person saw your listing in the search. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the CTR. So they came on the search and they did the search on your keyword. Let's say they want to buy a memory foam pillow, and they look in the search. What you want to do with that image is grab attention and set correct expectation. So for example, you would think that you would want to say that this product looks expensive and is a premium product. So you have to emphasize that in the main image somehow. And mostly that is done by having a premium photography and having that immaculate look on the product, okay? There's like certain triggers that will tell me that this product looks premium, right? And also you have to kind of like intrigue me to trying to like, okay, this one is jumping to me, I want to take a look at it, okay? So I'll click and find out more. So once they landed, that's it. Your main image is done, that has done the job, and forget about it. Now they're gonna look at your secondary images. So here you have to sell me, and I have maybe 10 seconds for your listing, right? So imagine you have 10 seconds and you want to address 50 things on that listing, like being obnoxiously busy with everything, like have a lot of text and things like that. Why would you spend my time? I would bounce. If I don't see the right information in the second image, what I'm expecting to see from that product, you will lose me, and you will lose majority of those sellers, of those buyers. Another problem that he has right here, like I put them all together for the reason so you can see the flow of the image. Like he has a branded flow, that's okay, but it's outdated and it's not doing the right things I think a listing should do. So he has, like, for example, take a look at main image is being repeated 4 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, it's better to have something else beside that. Show me other angles. And who's using a pillow in this shape? Like, you have to demonstrate the product in its normal habitat. The problem is that we are used to see a product as it's being used. Like if I have a mouse, I want to see it from my perspective of sitting, right? It's right in front of me. I don't want to see the mouse like jumping in the air unless I want to, I don't know, grab something. When everybody's showing it like that, maybe I'll display it in a different way. But usually when you are selling the product already, it's not like main image, right? You have to show it as I would imagine myself. So I don't think, how will this look in my hand? I can see it and you put a hand on it as well. So that would show more and tell more context into the product, right, being used. Now, avoid stock photography. That's a pretty common thing used in Amazon. And the problem is that that thing is not made for you specifically. For example, I've done a lot of stock photography back in my days. That's how I came into this thing. And you try to imagine a scenario and try to make something that everybody will try to buy and utilize, but it's not made specifically for you. So if you would spend a little, like, let's say, I know that this product should potentially do a lot of sales. So let's say if this product would bring you like $300-400 a day in clean profit, why would you not invest, let's say, a few $1,000s in a good photo shooting that will deliver your message better than utilizing the same picture again and again? Guys, just look for good photographers. It's worth it, and they would help you sell more. Now, let's move to the next one. For example, let's take step by step. And I want to do a break and go back. Why there's a problem? Because we're stuck in the past. It's because big brands, I don't know, let's say Casper, I don't know if they are still in the business, but Nike's, Amazon, not Amazon, Apple, Sony, all those companies are coming to Amazon. We used to be the new kids on the block that knew a lot of stuff. Kind of, we were like, the Amazon offered as a platform, and we quickly filled in the gap, and we offered good products with 2-day shipping, right? And everybody was buying. Now the big boys are coming with big advertising budgets, and if you don't improve, they're gonna just swipe through us. That's the problem. So unless you get out of your comfort zone and start building better listing, 1 year you're out of your business and you will sell it for like liquidation. So get better and start improving. Now let's look at this product. Again, the logo, obnoxiously big, is taking, I don't know, this is like 20% of the listing, of the real estate of this listing. So you have one main image and 5 secondary images if you don't have a video. And by all means, guys, you need to have a video, and you need to have a very good video, because video sells even better than pictures. But getting back to this, 20% of the listing is used by the logo. Why you want to drag my attention to that thing? You have it on the product already, too big on the product, and everybody's sitting on it. Now the product, look how small is the product. I highlighted it. If this would be a lifestyle environment, let's say like this product, like this picture right here, this would be a setup. So all the context, like all the things that are beside the product, like the chair, the window, that's building context. It shows me where the product is, right? It's sitting normal, it's on the airplane. So you tell me more, you tell me a story with everything, even though the product is small in the picture. But here you just isolated a picture, like you hired somebody on Fiverr from I don't know where, and he just slapped the crap out of it, like it put it on some like gradients and some arrows, and that's it. And some icons made by a newbie back in 2010. We used to do icons like that, I don't know, 2011, 2012. Things evolve, change. Now look at this. To me, this looks big. Like the things on the left side, all these images are correct. The idea is very good, but is not well implemented, and it's taking too much space, right? So the most important thing in this listing is actually this text that says made for high quality, from a high quality memory foam to offer comfort and blah blah blah. So it's emphasizing, right? This has to be the main thing, but said with less words than here. We have a paragraph. That's not okay. That's okay for bullet points. Here I have to say more with less. So instead of this, I would go for something shorter. And here's this gentleman. Okay, why I have it like that? Okay, I missed that one. I'll show it after. Look at this one, right? We have again logo, big, small. The main. So he did a little bit better in this image. It's designed to fit most fits, right? But if the logo wasn't there, he would be able to have this text big in, for example, let's say in this bold blue color, that would jump in my eyes and I would read it first, because the size of the font dictates where your attention goes. So you have to build strategically with that thing, right? And now it's like half and half, and I'm like, should I look at the logo or should I look at your text? So it doesn't really work. And now if we look at this competitor, look at this guy. Size to fit any chair, designed to fit most seats, right? It's saying the same message, but look at this one. The focus is where you have to have it, on the message. Size to fit any chair. He's reassuring with the secondary message, fits any chair perfectly for built-in comfort. So the thing is that everybody buys this type of products for one main reason, for the comfort. And I don't know why I missed something, but something is off in my presentation. Okay. Okay, reassuring secondary message, right? Okay, product naturally placed. The product is sitting as it has to sit. Customers can visualize the product. Now, back a little bit because I did something wrong with the Illustrator and something got masked in the deck. I guess I didn't do the pagination correctly. And let me fix that quick. Now, this was supposed to be the second image, right? When you're starting doing your image deck, you have to define the most impactful benefits of your image deck. You have to plan them the same way as you would do your bullet points, right? So for that reason, to understand, for example, what customers want from you, you can run an open-ended poll, and that's this thing. And I've done one for this product, and it's current. I just launched it before the presentation. It's currently at 84%. And I asked them, if you would be shopping on Amazon for a memory foam cushion, what question and concern would you like to address first? What features? So they are asking, so you can understand what they exactly want from that type of product. So you can start to address them correctly, because you have some ideas that you think should be addressed, but sometimes questions and concerns from the customers come handy. So is it washable, right? Suggested weight limit. I have no question about this product. I would like to know how it's made, how comfortable with it, this would be. So what I would do after that, I would take them and put them in a spreadsheet and number them, right? So see which one is predominant. I can understand this product pretty well. So I would say that the most important one would be the comfort, because people are in pain when they buying for a memory foam cushion and they have a problem with the tailbone or something like that, sciatica pains and things like that. So what they're expecting, comfort. So this guy over here, where is it? This is the listing. This is the listing. In the second image, he's addressing the all-day comfort the right way, right? The first message is right in your face, all-day comfort. I would maybe do the image slightly different because he kind of like blurred the head, but it's sending the right signal. It shows you where is what, right? So you right away, you're in the pain and people are expecting to see the comfort. That's what they buying comfort. They want to release the pain. So address the first thing first. So when we're building that image deck, start with the priorities and build from the main one down, right? So the attention span is short. They want to see the right things because we have to remove the resistance in the customer's brain. So that's what we want to do, right? Now let's get back to this thing. Where is it? Okay. Define the most important one, right? So no clear message and benefit for each. Like we need to have clear benefits for each image. The problem with our pillow is pretty cluttered. We don't really understand what the seller is saying with it, with each image. So that is the thing, we have to kind of clear it. We have questions in the brain when we buy and we don't have time. So addressing them the right way would help. And clutter builds confusion. You have to remember that. Make it easy. The easiest for the customer is to absorb the information. The easier for them to remove those resistance, reassure themselves that they actually want to get this product and they would buy it. Yeah, many-chair, very good point. And the thing is that this is assumption that we can, what I've done in the past when I'm building the deck, right? For example, I'm, where is that one? Okay, sorry guys, my stack is messed up completely. Okay. In his thing, he's addressing all day comfort. So first image, right? All day sitting comfort. If, how to say it the right way, okay? Give me a second. When I would do that image, right? Let's say, okay, Slavia was saying that comfort size to fit any chair. That's the last image actually in his deck. But if I would do that one, I would do 4 iteration of the same copy with the same idea but different copy, and I would run a poll with, for example, having the image and having the copy, and run a survey to understand which one would be the most appealing, because sometimes we think that one is the best, but actually we can go with the customers will go, majority would go something different. And with that type of products that are pretty commoditized, we want to go with the majority. We don't want to go with, unless we're like in a very specific niche with a minority, but usually we want to go for the mass market. So address the right things first, right? Okay. When's that one? Okay. See, like here, he had to go with a clear, big message. This image, for example, logo again is distracting, is missing the main benefits in the summary, like care and performance. I feel that this banner should talk about that, the care and the performance of the product. And for example, this guy did it perfectly. It's clear. My attention goes right away where it has to go. Instead of going to the logo, it goes to the removable, washable cover. The product is being displayed as they open it and they show what's inside. I can kind of peekaboo inside, right? And I can see that it's a memory foam. And also what's interesting, they say that they have, I don't see that, but it says, okay, anti-slip bottom grip secured to your chair, right? So they have a secondary feature that reiterates the benefit of the product. So that's a very clear and clean image. And what I like about this deck, this is modern. It's not the best photography in the world. It's a very simple product on white, but it's not on a perfect white. It's with a little bit of beige or whatever bluish background that feels and works very good with the color of the main call to action, with the main benefit. Look at this one. That's his second image, if I'm not wrong. Contour to hip and tights, right? And if we go to where is that one? Would be this one, right? It's this image. How is he displaying and how is this guy displaying? Look, the product is in a top placement. The message is on top, contoured to hip for hip and tight, and softly cradles your hip and tight with comfy cushioning. He's re-emphasizing the comfort, always, always, and always. The same thing is the main thing of this product, is selling you the comfort. They're not selling you a product. They're selling you a remedy for your pain, a comfort, right? And it's a real lifestyle shot, so it's nice and it looks natural. It doesn't look overly photoshopped. It looks clean to me, right? Thanks, Keith. Nice additional features at the bottom, right? Home and office, driving, dining chair. And if we go to this one and we look again, it's kind of like messy to me. This doesn't speak. It's the same message trying to be delivered, but look at the difference. Nice and clean. This looks very, I guess these guys tried to copy Casper branding. That feels to me like that, but maybe I'm getting something wrong. Maybe it's a family that's the same, maybe parent umbrella company. I don't know. The thing is that this seller is ranked 4th in the category, and our gentleman is, I think, 16th or something like that. And this is the most expensive product in the market. It's about 60 something bucks when everybody's selling at $20 and $30. So that speaks for either a very strong brand presence, even though they don't display anything. Do you see any logo everywhere? It's absent completely. And okay, when we build our stack, you have to plan it, and you have to, well, we usually do a template, right? And we try to follow a template unless we do some changes. So first image spikes interest and sets expectation. We have the strongest benefit in the second image. We have a unique feature and benefit in the third image, a lifestyle setting to visualize or for example, user-generated content. That thing like helps sell more because you will see a lot of people selling using the product, and that kind of like is the line in front of the cinema or in front of the restaurant. Like when you see happy people using the product and the smiles, actually the smile helps, right? It's good to have a comparison. Why us? That reemphasizes all unique selling proposition. Like if you would show us versus them, it doesn't matter who's that, but like just repeating the same things that you said in the first and the third and the fourth image, that you have like, I don't know, charcoal in a memory foam pillow. It's washable and there is not washable. It has a more durable fabric. You have extra warranty. And all those things, you're just repeating that thing. You don't have to say 20 or 30 things to sell a product. It's enough to say 3-4 strong benefits, and that's enough. But you have to basically dial them in a few times. You remember that thing that you have to see a logo 3 times to stuck with you. It's the same here. Like it's a sell process. So the customer has to say yes to themselves in their brand. Oh yeah, this is addressing the same thing again and again and again. And when you do the video, you have actually to have clear call to action in that call the above features that you had in your images. You have to call them in your images. Don't just go everywhere where like address something else in the video. Talk about what you spoke in your images and show that in the video as well, right? So what you have in the images, repeat in the video, add something else, but be short. Remember, we don't have time. Customers are busy people just like you. Everybody wants to get up with the day. You want to come to buy a cushion, you buy it, you checked it. If it ticks all your check marks, you're good to go. You buy it. You know that you have assurance that Amazon is gonna take care of you if you want to return it. So you're good to go. You go with your day, right? You go play with your kids. You don't have time for that, or you go to work, right? You do it in your break. Okay, so we have a question here. Yes, that may be good, and it depends what's your main keyword, right? Okay, reinforce the idea that the users, I'm on the right product. This is what I was searching to buy. Yes, that's a good idea. For example, this is his last image. I'm trying to build the order back of where we used to be. Okay, this is the third image, and we spoke about that. And this one, okay, this image. Whenever you show an image and there is no text on it, you missed a selling opportunity. You lost a chance to reiterate something, right? Because we have just 5 image slots on Amazon. And what is an image? An image is basically a way to deliver a message through a visual way, right? Through photography or through video, right? So you're saying with the video, with the image, you're trying to say something, right? So it's like good to carry, but also say it with words, because sometimes maybe your creative is not the best one, or just easier for them to understand and to like tick them in the brain. So I would say better remove the logo again, it's unnecessary, and say comfort on the go. Easy, handy in the airport, especially handy in the airports where, I don't know, a comfortable handle that you can use everywhere. Convenient carry handle, especially handy in airports and in public transportation. Have that message on the top or at the bottom, and that would be clearly what you want to say with this image. You all the time when you have a lifestyle image, don't just drop lifestyle images. Yes, it's good. It's better than this, or it's better than nothing. But if you reiterate something nicely, it really helps. Look at Apple, how they're selling the products. I don't think they ever show something without saying what that is, right? They'll show you the phone in the hands. They would display it and they would say something. There would be a bullet point, a short bullet point and some text, right? That helps. Okay. This thing to me, it's really wrong. And here we have it clean. But let's go and take a look at this slides, at this poll I did. Like, I wanted to compare. The thing is that I didn't have the right image for the poll. I took another product that's very similar, so it's even a better product, a little bit more expensive. And I run a poll against our gentleman with this gray charcoal pillow. And it's the product on the left, it's from the same brand. It's basically the same thing. He even has the gel thing without anything again. So it's very, very similar. And you can see that, again, this guy is selling better. Like, it's winning. And there's a reason. And look at that. This seems to tell more about it, to tell a little more about it, right? You see, the text in A is far too hard to read at a glance. B is much easier to read, and seeing the product more in use is very helpful and compelling. The product in use. They are basically telling you. And actually, guys, it's not always about who wins. It's all about the gold nuggets right here at the bottom in the comments, because you can steal all those ideas and go rework your creatives and come with a better game plan and redo it. And look, for 50 bucks and whatever, how much you're paying for your plan, this thing is really cheap and it can save you a lot of headache. It's really good to run those split tests on Amazon, but the problem is that we can't control all of it and we lose a lot of time. So it's weeks before you see any results, right? So by doing quick surveys the right way, you can gauge the interest, see what would they think. And if you set the right expectation, give them the right context in the question, there's no way that product will lose on Amazon if it's winning here. It's like 99 out of 1. That's my I think we had only one poll where, I don't know why, a black background on the image did better on the split testing, and actually a white background on the images on Amazon did better on our side. But rest of them, from thousands of them, I think I had 1 or 2 of them that didn't actually work on Amazon the way we expected, and we saw them on split testing. So when I would run those surveys, first one would be this survey to gauge the interest and to understand what features they want. I said that on a spreadsheet. We would soon try to do something that will help you to facilitate this without playing with the Excel stuff and things like that. So it will be automated. But once you do that, you kind of understand what are they expecting to see from this product. After that, you can take your main competitor, the one that you think is doing the better, and don't take big name brands, okay? Because a lot of, especially brands where there's not a lot of images, but it's like, I don't know, if a Sony puts a headphones and it's just one image, it will crush everybody just by having that thing, or Beats or stuff like that. So don't compare yourself to those ones, but take some serious products that have really good product presence. Take their creatives, set up a Canva like that. We'll have this thing working automatically for you as well. But you can do it in Canva, you can do it in Photoshop, slap all the images in an order like that and compare it to yourself. And then you would understand, okay, first of all, you would see yours versus his, right? It's right away in your eyes. And remove yourself. Try to detach. I know it's hard to say that your kid is ugly, right? Because we are so in love with our products, and sometimes maybe it's not in love, but we care so much about, we think that we know the best. Get out of the way and try to look unbiased. And this thing helps you because those are Amazon shoppers. We have about 12,000 users right now, and 70% of them are shopping on Amazon. So it's pretty damn, well, silly to think that the same shoppers would vote against the product that would do better on Amazon, right? It's, if you set the right conditions and the right context, people will tell you the right thing and you will understand. So once you do this poll, you can understand what is better about his product, what's wrong about you, and do that better. Go do the changes, run it again, and understand. Once you have clarified your message, Do it simple in Canva. You don't need to hire anybody at this stage. You can just Photoshop your way in, right? You can find even stock photography, but when you split testing, try to have images to be of the same resolutions, right? Same angles. Well, in this case, we don't care about the angles, but quality of the image should be pretty similar, so you get an unbiased decision when they are voting, right? We do a lot of mistakes when we run surveys, and after that we have skewed results. So once you get that feedback, you can go and craft again the deck. Once you have that deck, you can start to think, okay, how would I prioritize this one? Once you win your competitor, you can now start improving on your own deck and try to tweak colors and try to tweak placement of the product and get, for example, also you can split test copies, right? Like the same all day sitting comfort on this second image, right? You can try to say it in a few ways and see which one would stick the most. By doing that, it's like shaving from each image the maximum possible. I don't know, we milk it to the max, right? We try to get maximum out of that image because that's all we have is this placement. So the better we deliver that message, the clearer is the benefit and the features, the better they will convert and the better conversion rate we will have, right? So just try it. Now, I was asked to take a look at this product, and this is pretty hard because this guy is a bestseller, and judging on somebody who's best in the market is really hard, but we can try to say some. I won't talk about bullet points and descriptions. A lot of you are much better than me in these things, and you know pretty well how copy works, but bullet points are usually built in the same way. We address first things first and we try to convert them. This is a sales funnel, so address it as a sales funnel. This brand is pretty strong. Main image is very well done. I like it. Secondary image, bam. The brand, I would not focus on my brand that much. I find it way too big, and I have a problem with logos unless you're strong, but I guess this brand is pretty strong, so it has a good presence, so they are trying to market that. But unless you're not being searched for that, put it on aside. When people search specifically for your brand and you see in your reports that majority of, I don't know, 30, 40 keywords, 30% of your traffic is coming for a brand name, yes, try to show it, but not obnoxiously everywhere in each deck, okay? But here, I like this image, balanced life, full excitement. I don't really like this copy. The copy is, I don't understand what he's trying to say. To me, this thing looks a little bit, I don't know, maybe you guys can say something. What do you think? Why is he using this image as the second image? This is the most important thing, but I guess it worked. But the image is delivering the right message. I see the product in use. I can visualize myself utilizing this product and eating these cereals, right? Looks tasty. It's professionally made. The image is a 9, 10 out of 10, right? The image is beautiful. It's right where it has to be. Maybe I would work on this thing and try to. I'm not into this type of products. I have a kitchen product, but it's not a cereal bowl, so kind of don't know what I would say here better. But I guess let's take a look at his bullet points. What is he saying? Okay, versatile, reliable, quality, right? Lightweight and durable. So reliable, reliability, lightweight and durability, kitchen ready, microwave and dishwasher. Well, this is a commoditized product, so there's that much you can say about it. But I would talk maybe, very good question. What I would say here. Don't know yet. Second image, capacity 22 ounces. That's really good. He's talking about the capacity of the product. He's visualizing it for you in a regular one at 20 ounces, and you have 22 with this product. You can see the size. It's okay. He could have a production value like that in this image, and it would look even better. I think this thing is a little bit too big. and but I see what they are doing. They're trying to play with, have this square right here and this thing, so it balances, right? This one, what a fabulous image. It's great, but where is the benefit? Where is the text? Sell me again, tell me something, tell me a thing. So great for soups, great for cereals. I would talk maybe about that it's not that much heat conducting, or that it looks great, it looks gorgeous, because look, they have this nice cutting board, and it's setting a nice mood, and it's gorgeous. I like it. The model is not in my face, is in white clothing, so the focus is not on the model. The focus is right where it has to be. It's on the product. But I would add something at the bottom. I would have actually lifted the product a little, like the image. I would crop it up, and I would add something at the bottom. Because if you start at the bottom, continue at the bottom. So here he can talk about the quality of the products, or that they look great, because when we buy that type of dishware, we care about aesthetics as well. We don't care only about the quality, but we care about the aesthetic part of it. So I would say about that, it looks great on any kitchen table or things like that. Another one, gorgeous lifestyle picture. What I want to say with this image, I would add a text. I'm the proponent, always have something in the images. So having something extra would actually facilitate that. Versatile, like, to me this image kind of talks about versatility, so you can use it for salads and for whatever, soups, breakfasts and things like that. So you reiterate that, be short but say something, because if you're not saying, the next guy is gonna say it and he's gonna take your place. And what I like about them more, they have an A+. Things with A+, I'm not too crazy about A+. The problem is that only maybe 20% of people would scroll down and read your A+. My assumption, I may be wrong, but I may be right. Okay, he's repeating the same image. Okay, I don't really like repeating images. I like to have unique content, because that kind of like resets my interest and like triggers me again into looking into it. But this is a beautiful image, looks nice, but balanced life, full excitement. Like, I can't read this thing. I would try to I don't know, mask it somehow. You need a good designer, and this is doable, and it will look better. The branding is not readable. The branding would have worked better on this side. This is a very basic A+. There's nothing wow exciting about it, but it's cute and accurate. Mines are not better, to be honest. We're very similar in the style we do them, but I would utilize more of this kind of things, like big images, image cells. This is the product. If we go in cereal bowls, okay, here's in cereal bowls. Let's look at the, okay, this is a big brand. It doesn't really matter what are they saying, but nice thing with that one. It's a very big brand, so they don't need that necessary. Mora, I don't know who's that. Let's look at that guy. Like, look at this one, colorful, grabs my attention. This one looks cute. This is ugly like hell. But there's the thing, they are delivering a good. So the source, the idea of the message, the idea of the photography is really good. They show the product in action, but the creative part, the aesthetics is lacking a little bit. So I guess because it's well planned, it's showing that it has two spaces, right? It has a dedicated place for your cereal, has a dedicated place for your milk. It works, but they can do it with a higher production value, and it will do even better. This would jump it, I think, a few positions just by changing this single image. You can do it much better. Okay, partition system. Okay, to me, oh, by the way, guys, do you notice that Amazon is letting you now display wider images? You see this thing here? And if you compare it to our cushion, look, this one. You see how big is it? he could have more. So real estate is everything on Amazon. Okay, we've been featured. I guess the guys have a patent or something on this thing, because I don't see much of them, many competitors like that. But the idea is gorgeous. Photography is crappy as hell. Those icons obnoxiously big. They have to be smaller. Top quality, okay. BPR free, like, okay, they wanted to emphasize BPR. Like, it's just because I think they're unique. Maybe they have intellectual property being protected, so they get away with that thing. But images are crappy as hell. But it works, right? Which one? Let's look at this one. Who's that? More ceramic. Don't really know them. Again, they went for vertical. What I'm noticing is the vertical thing is getting, maybe they have something specific for mobile, but for now I don't see it. Maybe on mobile they display it better, but on desktop, we've done a poll and 60% of people actually shop on desktop instead of mobile. So people may start the search on mobile, but they eventually go and they finish the purchase on desktop because it's much more convenient. So mobile is not yet the majority on Amazon. That's a fact. Amazon said that. We ran a poll and Amazon sellers, and I think we did it to 200 people and it was like a 40-60 loss towards mobile. Crappy. I don't say much about this one. It doesn't look too good. Anyway, guys, do you have any question? Okay, so vertical is optimized for mobile. So they have two versions, right? They will show you a version for mobile and a version for desktop. Maybe soon we will get 2 creative placements on Seller Central, so we can upload a version for mobile and a version for desktop. That would be really good. And I think that thing will come soon because it makes sense. We do the websites for mobile and for desktop, so why wouldn't you have 2 creatives for both of them? Seeing serial sometimes. What interesting question have you seen asked in Sellametrics? The most interesting one is actually the one when you poll the interest of the pains, you find the pains, the deep pains of the customers. So they dictate what they want to see, but you have to be careful with that, how you prioritize that, because they may have one big problems that they're very concerned about. Like I've done a breakdown on a cosmetic, and I think that thing people were concerned. Where is it? Okay, I've done the poll for this guy 2 times, and 2 times he lost to the bestseller, and there's a reason for that. But if we look at the gallery, there's a gallery on Sellametrics where you can look at polls that people actually openly wanted to share. So go take a look and study those. Oh, by the way, this is the mobile one, and you can see that 30 to 20, there was a loss towards mobile. Where is that one? This is it. For example, when we did this one, I think they wanted to see, like what I noticed on Amazon majority cosmetic sellers are showing before and after pictures, and it makes sense. When we arranged the benefits and the questions and the concerns of customers, benefits came towards the last one, but maybe psychologically they wanted to see it. But what they wanted to see is like the benefit of the product, how fast it will actually work and how fast I would see results. Second was ingredients provenience, and that was mind-blowing to me. But I guess women are very concerned with what they put on their skin, and it makes sense. So they want to see where this thing is coming from. So if you just say made in US is not enough. So say that it's coming from Brazil, from, I don't know, Ecuador, wherever, like, I don't know, you bring it from some exotic places, you have to say that because they want to know that. So that is a very important poll, and it's always opening new things to me. Questions are like questions, but answers are more important. It's always understanding what works better. Is that's when you get your eyes open, when you see that, wow, I'm actually in the minority. Like, to me is what I guess a little bit would say that when you get humbled a little bit when you understand that actually you don't have the best taste and you don't have the best understanding of the product. You thought that that feature could be the best one, but they see a different way, like, right? So when you write the copy, try to have a few options and split test that and understand which one would work the best. They will tell you, and read the bullet points. You get so many gold nuggets in those comments. A cool thing that we're gonna roll soon is actually talking to those people and answering follow-up question, going with them on a more deeper conversation. So that would give you more insight into that. Anyway, guys, that was it from my side. Thank you so much for joining me on this webinar. I hope you got something actionable from this and would help you crush it, and you still have time to fix your listings. Remember, get out of your own way, like get out of from your success way, right? Like hire somebody who can help you and just look unbiased on everything and try to think like maybe it's too old, maybe it's time to remake it, maybe there's somebody who knows it better. I'm always open to talk. Come ask me, I will try to help you. I'll give you feedback on your listing. We can break down your results on Amazon and try to improve it. So thanks everybody, that was a pleasure. Cheers, see you next time. I'll try to do more of these webinars because I think there would be more interest in them. Bye everybody, and I'll send everybody the recordings after that. Thanks Terry, thanks Slava, thanks Keith. Cheers, bye guys. Okay, how do we turn this thing on, off?